Hey guys, welcome to Nerdarchy for Nerds by Nerds. I'm Ted, joined by
Dave,
Ryan,
and today we're going to do another Monster BFF, and we're going to bring in the Wyvern.
We got the Wyvern on page 393.
And riding this, draconic lizard is going to be your Lizard King and Queen, found on page 205 of your trusty monster manual.
or Queen, one or the other.
One or the other.
King or Queen.
There's some comments that I would make that I'm not going to make. Dave can improve and grow as a person and human being.
Yeah.
It's lies, all lies.
Yeah.
All right, so we opted for this, this champion of the lizard folk, riding the Wyvern. It's got some cool abilities. So why does this make it a BFF?
Well, that is a good question. My guess is the BFF because the Lizard King said, "That's really cool. I'm going to ride it," and smacked it over its head.
Smacked into submission.
With his trident until it said okay.
Yeah,
So-
until it says, "That's a great idea, boss."
In the book, it says the lizard folk are dragon worshippers. The Wyvern is technically a dragon.
It is a draconic creature, yes.
So therefore, the Wyverns could be gifted to, the tribe as like a bonus from their gods. What if they worship?
You guys have been performing above the quarter for 3 quarters straight.
For earnings.
Here's your bonus. 1 Wolverine.
Now, don't spend it on my place.
Suppose they worship, a particular dragon in the area. It's got power over other dragons in the area, and it
Bequeaths to them the Wolverine
yes,
as a bonus.
as a bonus.
For their hard work.
If they're worshiping it, I imagine they're bringing it, treasure. They're bringing sacrifices. They're adding to the power of the dragon.
Hey, look, Saul the Lizard King. You've been doing such a good job here, Saul. That for dividends on, like Saul the Lizard
Just
King.
run me through now.
Saul the Lizard King has like glasses on the end of his snout. I'm imagining.
Then the dragon would have to have the glasses on the end of his
All right,
snout.
guys, I'm going to implore you. If you're on my side, put in the comments below, please.
There's no sides here,
I
nerd.
kind of want this dragon to talk like Woody Allen a little
Yeah.
bit. Yeah, like that would be my ideal. Yeah. All right, back on the less silly
So,
things.
all right, one of the things we can do is, number one, if the Lizard King, Queen, whatever, is riding the Wyvern, you can definitely take the javelin that they normally would have as a regular lizard folk and have it coated with Wyvern poison to kind of give that.
Because you weren't being enough of a dick by just putting the Lizard King on the Wolverine itself.
Well, right.
Yeah, you
Or,
saw
you
the
know,
capacity.
Or you can step it up and move away from the javelin and actually go with a short bow and put it on that as well, on the arrow, if you will.
and a heavy and give him a lance.
Well, he does have his trident. I mean, we can make it a little longer or something.
Right.
Give him some reach on that.
He'd use the trident, and you could up it to a lance status, but you'd still use your skewer ability.
Let's see. So we have a CR6 and a CR4.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder how messed up of an encounter this actually would be for your party. Like what level you would want them to be by the time this happens.
I don't know. I'd have to look at the DMG and figure out the numbers. But, and again, what are the chances they're just going to encounter the Dragon King and Wolverine?
No, you can't.
This guy is leading a horde of lizard folk.
He probably has another couple of elite lawyers on Wyverns themselves.
Well, I would put the shamans on the other Wyverns.
And the thing about Wyverns are, they if your Wyvern is on the ground fighting the party, you're doing it wrong.
Yeah. It's got to be doing strafing runs. It's got to be staying high up, waiting for its poison to, reset.
And its poison is quite vicious. 7 dies 6.
Yep.
Ouch.
Mini fireball right there. Bam.
That's in addition to the 2 die 6 you took for the sting itself.
Right.
So, definitely this is cool. This is a very aggressive and violent and probably evil tribe of lizard folk. Lizard folk are one of those races that don't have to be evil, but anytime there's a Lizard King involved or Queen involved, they are.
Yeah.
Because those individuals, they have an alignment that is always evil, I believe.
Yeah. It's more fun that way.
Yeah, the Lizard King is chaotic evil. And the other guys are total neutral, so
Yeah.
they just do as they're told.
Okay, boss.
Yeah.
And here's the
Kill him,
thing.
got it.
Here's a very important thing to understand about a Lizard King. They first made their appearance in the Fiend Folio AD&D, so it has only one purpose in this game now, and that is to fucking kill your players because it came from that book.
Yeah.
Everything from that book is totally just a.
It was completely awful. There was just different flavors of awful in that book. That's it.
Even the fluffy white kitten will kill you. Yeah.
Revenants were in that book. It was just a bad book. So that means use it on your players, of course.
Yeah.
No, I think it's a good idea. We're making fun of Ted, but it is actually a good combination.
As a bonus.
As a bonus, especially if you want to do something different with your lizard folk, and maybe they're not swamp dwellers. Because I guess a wyvern could be found in a swamp, but for some reason I just don't picture them.
They're
in
more
swamps
like a
much.
cavey sort of like high altitude.
Yeah,
caves.
mountains. They need plains that they where they can survey and do their strafing
We've
runs.
done the arboreal the arboreal lizardmen before as well.
There's been arboreal lizardmen, but maybe these are cave dwelling lizard folk, and again, maybe they're found in a mountain range where they revere a dragon as a god. Obviously, this isn't in Chimes of Discordia, but it still works in most D&D campaigns. It'd be cool, and they serve this dragon, and in order to make his servants more powerful, he gifts them with maybe each tribe gets one wyvern, or a handful of wyvern, depending.
Right. They could get a clutch and whatever they manage to keep alive, to adulthood. is what they get.
I'd like to see these guys, basically warring over the same region as our Skyriders, the orcs we did.
Yeah.
Right.
What were they riding again?
Griffins.
Yeah, so I mean, the griffins that are clearly not in Griffin Gaff versus the wyverns that are, the Skyriders.
So Wyvern versus Griffin, Wyvern wins every time. But I think the orcs will have numbers on their sides as far as they're with Griffins.
Right.
But there's definitely a lot of fun ways I think you can use this Wyvern and Lizard King with the Lizard folk. You can have them basically besiege a city or a town and demand tribute for their dragon emperor. And that's the other thing too. Like maybe the city or the town hires adventurers to put down this Lizard King. And then they do, and then they have to deal with, now you just ticked off the dragon that these guys are paying tribute
so
to.
The next big thing up the scale. And then, that Lizard King, his music was just too risque for the time. And the era that was occurring. It was too much writhing. It's a whole thing. Yeah.
Nice. What you said his name? Would you say his name was Sal or Jim?
I was going with Saul.
Saul.
Yeah. Yeah. But Jim is a good name, too, for Lizard King.
I think so.
Yeah.
So, on that note, why don't you put in the comments below what you think about the Lizard King or Queen riding a wyvern and how you'd want to use it in your game. While you're at it, like, share, even subscribe.
You can check us out on nerdarchy.com.
You can patronize us in a good way over at Patreon.
So until next time, stay nerdy.